ska festa allihopa, vi är svenska fans allihopa. Ja, nice.
Противника все чаще, победный гол опять фиксирует фонарь. Но если надо, защищается блестяще великолепная Петербурга и вратарь. Свой бой ведет ледовая пружина. Мы верим в мужество отчаянных парней, в хоккей играют настоящие мужчины. Русский играет в хоккей, русский играет в хоккей.
Нападающий номер 18. Номер 21. И номер 67. Представляем стартовый состав сборной команды Швейцарии. Вратарь номер 20. Защитники номер 4. И номер 13. Нападающий номер 22. Номер 43. И номер 82.
Red O'Bara and Jacob Markstrom are your netminders as Sweden gets set to take on Switzerland. Jay, we saw a bit of an upset this afternoon. Denmark defeating Czech Republic. Is there a chance that Switzerland can do the same thing to Sweden?
Well, we'll have to see. We said going into that game, the last time Denmark had met the Czech Republic, they wanted a shootout. Well, what did they do? They wanted a shootout. Last time these two teams met, Sweden wanted a shootout. And Sweden's won 5 of the last 6 meetings against Switzerland.
The round robin winding down. Monday and Tuesday, double header tomorrow, and a triple header on Tuesday to close it. And boy, that closing day on Tuesday is shaping up to be a dandy. When you look at some of the teams that will face each other, Sweden to the attack early in this one. Now back along the boards. It is Larson trying to clear Duz and Backlund. Sends it ahead for Jimmy Eriksson. Eriksson rink wide for Linus Omark. Omark tied up by Dubois. Omark stays on it, drops it back for Gustafsson. And Eric Gustafsson will send it in deep. Gearing plays it around for Simon Mosier. Mosier gets to the red line, backhands it in. Jacob Markstrom will stop it behind his own net, and Gustafsson will wind it up with Nyquist. Stopped at the line and cleared up by Eric Blum. Gustav Nyquist, 6 goals in the tournament, shares the lead with Taylor Hall. Slap shot by Klassen, and Red O'Bara makes his first save of the night.
As the both side, we definitely hear the strong Swiss contingent here is trying to cheer their team back into a fourth place position. And got a veteran coach in Per Martz for Sweden and the rookie coach Patrick Fischer, first time behind the bench for Switzerland.
Was let go where he was coaching at about the same time Switzerland was looking for somebody to take over as this puck is deflected up and into the netting, and he will have the opportunity.
Swiss fans know their team needs to get at least a point here going forward. They got Sweden and the Czech Republic left. And there might be a lot of Denmark fans that have Sweden jerseys on in the stands. Denmark will be cheering for Sweden here so they can remain that 1 point ahead of Switzerland.
Glenn Hanlon was coaching the Swiss team last year. Patrick Fischer in behind their bench now. A brief stint in the National Hockey League. Sven Andrighetto takes it wide on Fantenberg, rolls it to the front of the net. Robert Rosen trying to clear it out. Andrei Burakovsky out there now as he makes his tournament debut for Sweden in from the Washington Capitals. Andrighetto in behind the net for Dennis Holenstein, plays it out front, scramble, and the puck jumps loose. Schneeberger holds it in at the line, and now Klassen for Sweden will play it around for Nygren. And Nygren being pressured in the corner. Did this go clean out? There's going to be a conference, and I think Nygren is going to the penalty box.
Good force from Wieser as he comes in on the forecheck. And Nygren's going to lift this out of play. So an early penalty to Sweden. And although Sweden going to have a bit of an argument, Nygren turning it up, good pressure. And indeed, that goes up and out of play. He's trying to say Wieser's stick made contact, but I think Wieser just gets stick on stick. Nygren's refusing to go. Well, you're going to have a choice there, sir. And the first power play of the game for Switzerland. Switzerland 4 for 19, 21% on the power play, but Sweden a very good penalty kill. It's still 21 of 24 at 87.5%.
Unless you have red armbands and a whistle, you're not changing the call. So yes, Switzerland to the early power play. Holenstein, who does have a power play goal in this tournament, plays it around for Ambiol. Holenstein to the front of the net. Walzer trying to center it, can't. Gustafsson plays it up the boards. Ambiol is on it. And back in for Holenstein. And now play whistle down.
Not only to Switzerland. Ambiol is going to take a tripping call as Jimmy Eriksson gets tripped up, so both captains involved in this one, and that'll end Switzerland's power play.
Adam Larson caught the attention of a couple of Swiss players as he got a couple of bumps.
Clearly a trip from Ambiol as careless penalty ends the power play for his team. And Eriksson all right as he's back on the bench. So 4-on-4 for a minute 34.
Patrick Gearing for Traxler. Traxler comes rink wide. Felician Dubois. Felician Dubois will send this in. Jacob Markstrom plays it against the traffic. Gustav Nyquist, 4-on-4, trying to bust his way in. And couldn't get a shot away. Gustafsson around for Wenberg. Wenberg turns, plays it for Adam Larsson. Adam Larsson of the New Jersey Devils turns it over, and Patrick Gearing takes control for Switzerland, sends it near side for Dubois.
Nice play by Gearing. He had a couple of men on him, protected the puck, and then able to send it to his partner, Dubois.
Eric Blum dishes it off for Hoffman. A couple of game-winning goals from Eric Blum, one in overtime and one very late in a tie game. Earlier today, Denmark over the Czech Republic in a shootout. Shootout was finished on a goal by Niklas Jensen, as that made the shootout 3-1 in favor of Denmark. Officially, it'll be Nikolai Ehlers who gets the game-winning shootout goal. He had the second one on a beauty backhander, Roof Daddy. And Rigetto carries in for Switzerland. Played it to the front of the net. Gustafsson scoops it up and puts it into the Swedish bench.
A lot of speed from Rigetto as he tries to rush up the ice. Look at Eric Gustafsson, one of the two Eric Gustafssons for the team. Number 29, played for the Cloton Flyers last year in the Swiss League. So familiar with a lot of the guys opposite him. Also spent some time in the NHL with Philadelphia, 91 games, and he led Sweden in their last game. He had 21 minutes and 56 seconds against Norway.
Sent out and back in for Schneeberger. Stopped at the line. Backlund and found the opportunity for Linus Ullmark. Score! They're waving it off. High stick.
I think it's Jimmy Eriksson that's going to knock this out of the air. Ullmark gets the shot on net. And Eriksson driving to the front as Swedish coach Per Martz waiting to see the replay up on the clock. Eriksson wins the battle. I don't know, does that go off Red O'Mara's stick? No, that is Eriksson that knocks that out of the air between the pads of Berra. So that will be no goal. That will be high stick, but they will take a look at this.
Again, the call on the ice is no goal. And from the replays that we have seen, this will remain a scoreless tie.
Good chance for Ullmark as he's in the high slot. And Eriksson he's battling to the front of the net with Schneeberger. No goal. Obvious high stick there as Sweden does not open up the score. What's left remaining in a short power play for Sweden.
Jimmy Eriksson scored Sweden's first goal in this championship and thought he had them in front in this all-important game. Sweden, this is game number 6 for them. So they can jump Russia in the standings, but Russia will not play its 6th game until tomorrow. Russia and Norway, Denmark and Kazakhstan. The action tomorrow here at the Ice Palace in Moscow. Ambul sends it out at center. Nygren breaks it up. Eriksson back in for Ullmark. Ullmark and Gearing after it, so the team's back to 5-on-5. And this game remains scoreless. Dubois. For Ambul, in for Niederreiter. Drags it to the backhand. Save made by Markstrom. Another shot, that never got to the net. Ambul sends it low, looking for Niederreiter. Larsson gets inside position. Leaves it for Backlund. And Backlund in turn will leave it for Gustafsson. He'll play it for Larsson. Larsson long left wing pass. Burakovsky takes it wide, centers, and knocked down in front of the net was Sundstrom, who's back in the lineup tonight.
Chances of both, and Walser for Switzerland with a great chance off the side on that Niederreiter rush.
Shot from the blue line from Lindholm. Anton Lindholm has been added to the lineup for Sweden. Mattias Ekholm is going to arrive tomorrow, but they needed some defensive help, so Anton Lindholm is in the lineup. Wearing number 54, Colorado Avalanche picked back in 14. Shot by Sven Andrighetto, that went wide. Grossman is on it, chips it short side. Markstrom, easy save. Holenstein rubbed out, and Gustafsson is on it, and he'll lift this down the ice. And they're going to call this icing.
Chance for Samuel Walser. Nice rush. This is a great play by Ambiel. A little backhand pass inside. Niederreiter tries to drag it. It comes to the stick of Walser. Walser right at the side of the net, and a nice save from Markstrom with that left pad. Almost like two players got a stick on that one. Emergency from Switzerland.
Yes.
Probably Sweden was expecting it.
Some of that maybe comes from the win by Denmark. And this goes up into the netting, and we will step aside. No score here in period one.
Mentioning some urgency from Switzerland. They've been able to be on the aggressive early in this game, outshooting Sweden. Still early, but outshooting them 6-2 so far. Markstrom's had to come up with a couple of good saves. Probably his best off the side of the net on Samuel Walser.
Slow start for Switzerland, but they did pick up points in games, and that's kind of been their modus operandi for 2 years in a row. Sent around the boards, Nygren. Trying to get this down low, goes off the leg. Slapped around the boards by Vandenberg. Klassen plays it down low. Klassen is after it, Nygren at the line. Stopped by Red O'Bara. Wenberg played it up that far side, but grabbed off by Julian Walker, and he'll get it out at center. Put back in. Dubois has to be very careful with that bouncing puck. Long lead pass for Simon Mosier. Mosier gets stopped at the line by Gustafsson. And Eric Blum's going to start it again. Blum's pass doesn't get anywhere. Yannick Weber plays it back in behind the net for Eric Blum. Long left wing pass for Nino Niederreiter. Trying to work around Adam Larson. Can't. And grabbed off by Sjogren. His long pass intended for Norman too far. And I think there's a too many men on the ice penalty coming.
I think it's just an icing. Blum fired this back to leg. They're just.
Ah, yes.
But we do get confused as they go over the bench just to make sure that Switzerland gets the proper guys back on the ice.
Face off to the left of Red O'Bara. Michael Backlund coming into the game had taken 97 face-offs. He had won 58 of them for a success rate of 59.7%. Put to the front of the net, Nino Niederreiter breaks up the ice. Has Mosier with him. Niederreiter, quick shot looking for that far side. That missed the net. Grossman back in his own zone. Slapped around the boards. And Sweden right back to the attack with Backlund. Backlund trying to get around Walzer, could not. Backlund for Fantenberg. Fantenberg shot blocked. And cleared right back in and stopped in behind the net by Reto Berra. Andre Burakovsky in on the forecheck. His first game of this championship. Coming over after Washington was eliminated. Swedish fans weren't quite as excited about Burakovsky's arrival as the Russian fans were with Kuznetsov along with Orlov and Ovechkin.
Yeah, and it was Kuznetsov that made the immediate impact, scoring a fantastic goal.
A must-see.
It was against Switzerland, too. So you look at Nyquist, who's had a great tournament here. Actually, he sits atop the lead with 6 goals. Him and Taylor Hall tied.
Face-off win. Back to the line for Larson. The shot never got through. Hoffman bumped on the play by Klassen. Wenberg, Klassen, and Nyquist. The line out there for Sweden. And Klassen sees a little room through the middle and gets to the line no further. And Wenberg, good play by him to cover up. Here comes Gustav Nyquist. Sharp angle chance. And Reto Berra the save. Where is it? Berra has it down. And
there was a little bit of room, and when he got the hot hand, put it on net, and that's what Nyquist does. He's almost in the corner on the goal line. There was some room, and that just drops down to the side of the net. Berra doesn't know where it is. Everyone's looking at his players going behind him. Nyquist, tough angle shot, but puts it off the post, almost catches Berra.
Sundstrom controls, taken away by Yannick Weber, and he'll clear it. Again, no Rafael Diaz in the lineup for Switzerland. No Johan Franzen in the lineup for Sweden. Weber will send this in. And Gustafsson is on it. We are into the back half of period number 1. Gustafsson sends it ahead. Shot by Norman, doesn't get through. Norman goes after it. Tried to chop it away from Traxler, can't. And in for Niederreiter. Into the corner. Traxler trying to work it free. Niederreiter knocked down. Traxler has it. Tries to get it for Mosier, does. Mosier pinned to the backboards by Gustafsson. And that allows Larson to send it ahead for Sjogren. He'll drop it back. Lundgren will play it ahead. In on the forecheck now. Good hit. And grabbed off and cleared out through center ice. Lundberg with a couple of short-handed goals in this tournament. Simon Mosier to the front of the net. Turns and thrown away by Markstrom. Markstrom has looked sharp. Eriksson drops it back. Slap shot by Backlund. And grabbed off by Hoffman.
Eriksson got that rebound free, got it on the net on Reto Berra.
Anvil trying to tip it in. He got stopped at the line by Fantenberg. And cleared out of the harm's way. Fantenberg and Johan Franzen, each +5 in this tournament to lead Sweden in that category. And again, Franzen not in the lineup. And Gustafsson finishes his check as he takes Hoffman all the way into the back glass well after the whistle.
Was well after the whistle, and Hoffman just trying to drive this to the net. It was offside, but he little dump in on Markstrom. Markstrom has some words. Gustafsson, Eriksson, not happy taking the, wasn't much of a shot. It was just kind of pushed it towards the net after the offside call. That's the Erik Gustafsson that played with the Chicago Blackhawks last season.
Initially an Edmonton Oiler pick. And we've seen some Oiler jerseys in this building tonight. Lindholm Snaps it left side for Wenberg. Wenberg could not take it deep into the Swiss zone. And right back up for Dennis Holenstein. Into the corner along with Lindholm. Puck still loose. Reto Shapi trying to dig it out of the pile. He doesn't, but Clausen does for Wenberg. He'll drop it off for Eric Gustafsson. He overskated it at the blue line, and that is offside. This game still looking for its first goal. .53 left opening period. No score.
8-4 shot. Switzerland out shooting Sweden right now in favor of 2-1. Get some chances. Markstrom's been sharp for Sweden in net.
Finland and Slovakia are scoreless, and some pressure on both teams, but certainly more on Slovakia. Although Germany is charging up from the backside too. Canada and Finland, one of the games on Tuesday. Russia, Sweden, another of the games on Tuesday. The Russia-Sweden game may very well determine 2 and 3. Schneeberger, and offside called at the blue line.
Julian Walker of Switzerland. Mentioned Slovakia playing Finland. Slovakia and the U.S. meet, and that is a big game. There's a lot of intertwined things that goes coming down to that last day. A win or a loss could mean you're in the quarterfinals or not.
Germany did themselves a huge favor today. A late goal and a 3-2 win over the United States. By our calculations, still a slim chance that Germany won't be in, but France would have to pull 2 major upsets for that to happen. So I think we can pretty much consider that Germany is going to be in the quarterfinals. Good for them. They will be one of the host countries next year, along with France. Lundberg plays it for Norman. Norman will lead for Lundberg. And the puck well ahead of him, and he chipped at it. And he chips this into the netting in behind Reto Berra.
Martin Lundberg has a couple of goals in this tournament, and in the stands, Oleg Snarak doing a little scouting. Head coach for Russia as he watches these two teams play. Likely scouting Sweden, as that is the big final matchup for Russia.
His team back in action tomorrow against Norway. That'll be our first game at 4:15 local time tomorrow, followed by Denmark and Kazakhstan. Yannick Weber had it kind of bounce off his stick. Linus Omark will play it down for Jimmy Eriksson. Back for Linus Omark. Backlund's in front of the net. Good job by Yannick Weber. He stays with Linus Omark, but Omark maintains control. Finally, it's knocked off his stick, but he backhands it down low. Jimmy Eriksson knocked it away from Eric Blum. Tried to center it for Backlund, and that got cleared away. It's been a real good tournament for Backlund. Jimmy Eriksson unable to handle that, and it's cleared away. Backlund with 3 goals and 4 points for Sweden, and has been masterful in the faceoff department. Schneeberger to the short side, and Markstrom makes the save.
He had Markstrom leaning off that post. Good play by Hoffman. Look at the pickup by Schneeberger. Brings it between his legs and up. There was a little bit of room as Markstrom just leaned off that post for a second, but he's still able to come up with that save.
Schneeberger played for HC Davos. Nat Domicelli, who played in the Western Hockey League and spent quite a bit of time in the National Hockey League, very good offensive player, now lives in Switzerland and does television commentary for Switzerland, does it in Italian. And we got a little bit of a history lesson. You knew more about this, way more about this than I did.
I don't know about way.
Just the different parts of Switzerland. There's a German part, there's a French part, and there's an Italian part, and there's no official Swiss language.
No, it's all those languages. Now we know why a lot of those guys come out being able to be fluent in 2 or 3 languages just to get around one country.
And you just look at the names, Felicien Dubois, which probably would be French, Christian Marty, and we mentioned Nat Domicelli. We got Lino Marchini. And of course, they will host the World Championships in a few years. Backdoor play, and Sven Andrighetto couldn't tap it in the open side. It goes France and Germany next year, followed by Denmark, followed by Slovakia, and then followed by Switzerland. And there are plenty of fans, a lot of them from Canada, that they go to the World Championship every year and combine it with a vacation. See some different countries. Kept in at the line by Grossman. What a chance for Andrighetto.
Had the hole wide of the net, picked the puck up a little bit late.
Andrighetto has it again. Holenstein for Grossman. Grossman shot, blocker saved by Markstrom. Back for Gustav Nyquist. Dishes it off for Klassen. Klassen swings it behind the net looking for Nyquist. Nyquist knocked it free, but then it's cleared. And Schneeberger will send it down into the Sweden zone. Erik Gustafsson first back. Burakovsky takes the pass. Burakovsky in full flight. Stripped of the puck there by Martini, who is back in the lineup as well. Shot from the line with a high redirect. And Red O'Barrow with the save.
Montreal Canadian players then Andrighetto off a great feed from Holenstein. Holenstein finds him off that far post and maybe positioned himself a little too far below that goal line. But boy, what a play. He had the whole net.
First look on his face was almost like, did that go through the net? But you're right, he was in a little too deep. Omar and Dubois. Omar stays on it, gets another shot from Dubois. Traxler plays this up the boards, and Nino Niederreiter will deflect it back. And hustling back is Erik Gustafsson. Simon Mosier in on him. 3.5 left to go in a scoreless opening period. Michael Backlund feeds it. Backlund to the net and a redirect. And Red O'Barrow with the save off of Michael Backlund.
Backlund, great opportunity to go. Plays, he kicks it out to Eriksson. Eriksson gives him the return pass right away. Nice backhand play. There's Backlund driving that middle lane, but a nice save. Red O'Barrow goes down, able to grab that puck and hang on. Backlund has 3 goals in the tournament.
First period of the Slovakian-Finland game is over. They played 20 minutes of hockey in 24.5 minutes, and that includes TV timeouts. The first 10 minutes and 50-some seconds was played without a whistle.
Maybe they gotta go somewhere.
Adam Larson sends that in. Robert Olsen plays it back for Burakovsky. Burakovsky grew up in Sweden, born in Austria. Picked up the boards by Eric Blum. And another scrum. Hoffman knocks it free. Lead pass, Walzer, that hit a leg, came right back, and Ambuel feeds it to the front of the net. And Hoffman trying to sell the referee that he may have got cooked with a high stick on the back check and head straight to the bench. Long pass at center for Gustav Nyquist. Got away from him. And Grossman is on it. Robin Grossman. He's poke checked at center ice. Schneeberger puts on the brakes, plays it for Holenstein, and he'll slide it in. Andrighetto is after it for Holenstein. Back for Andrighetto. Trying to get away from Anton Lindholm. Andrighetto into the slot, scores! Sven Andrighetto, who missed a glorious chance earlier, capitalizes on this one.
What a shot by Andrighetto. Sweden's going to complain that there was a high stick just before it. But Andrighetto rips this high glove. All Sweden is saying before he picks this puck up that he knocked it with a high stick out of the air. Great shot as he cuts to the high slot. Wenberg provides the screen on his old netminder. Andrighetto opens up the scoring. Switzerland, very important 1-0 lead.
Now Reto Berra skated over to the bench again to congratulate his teammates.
He has to be careful of that.
He's picked up a penalty in this tournament for doing that. 1-0 Switzerland. Norman is after it. Patrick Geary out through center ice. And that's as far as that attack will go. As Mark Vieser couldn't get anywhere. Slammed in now by Simon Mosier. And the Swiss fans are back jumping. Yannick Weber sends it down low. Overskating it there was Jimmy Eriksson. And now Eriksson, who had a goal disallowed for a high stick earlier in this game. That's bounced in on Reto Berra. He'll watch it sail wide. Nygren holds it in at the line, and then Nygren takes a bit of a high hit there from Nino Niederreiter. Stuffed out at center and back for Larson. Dying seconds of period number 1. And a late goal by Sven Andrighetto. Has a lot of people jumping in this building. In for Eric Gustafsson. And the first period comes to an end.
Solid 20 minutes from Switzerland as Andrighetto was able to open up the scoring. Sweden was complaining about that high stick on Lindholm. But right after that, he gets the puck and he roofs it on Markstrom to give Switzerland the 1-0 lead. The bench reacts. And a real good first 20 as Sweden's going to have to match that intensity and that urgency that Switzerland has.
Some emotion on that Switzerland bench, no doubt, as Switzerland has a 1-0 lead.
This is the decisive second. The second when you act. The point of no return. This is where you meet yourself. This is where a new adventure begins. This is the moment. This is your time.
其次，
Хоккей – это спорт, где все относятся к своему делу по-особенному. И болельщики, и хоккеисты. Здесь каждый старается изо всех сил и выкладывается на полную. Поэтому мы поддерживаем чемпионат мира по хоккею уже много лет. И вкладываемся в тех, кто вкладывается. Райфайзенбанк. Разница в отношении.
Наша поддержка, наши победы – это наша игра, это наш хоккей, и это у нас не отнять. Ингустар – официальный партнер чемпионата мира по хоккею 2016 года.
only goal in this game is second period underway here at the Ice Palace in Moscow. 2016 World Hockey Championship.
Good job by Switzerland defensively in that first period of play, only allowing 6 shots to Sweden.
Banked off the boards. Icing waved off, and Switzerland back to regroup. Sweden in some previous games have put up some big-time shots on goal. They had 44 in their opening game, 35 in their win over Norway. There's a shot, and that went wide as Lindholm let that go from the line. Pretty good wrist shot by Anton Lindholm. Lindholm sends it back and around the boards. Patrick Geary tied up there by Klassen. Back for Gustav Nyquist. Pinned there by Dubois. They go to the ice. And play whistle down, and Dubois is going to get a holding penalty.
Wraps up Nyquist behind the goal line, and they'll have a few words as Lucien Dubois will head to the penalty box. Had a couple minors in that game against Russia back-to-back. Came out of the box from one and took another. As he wraps up Nyquist along the wall, gets that stick. Nyquist, a little bit of a sell job there, moving his feet. But a power play for Sweden as they'll look to try and tie this game.
You could say Gustav Nyquist was just spinning his tires. And Dubois goes to the penalty box.
Comes in at 28% on the power play. They had a brief one in that first period. After 4-on-4 time, it was very, very brief. And the penalty kill for Switzerland, just 65%. They've allowed 7 power play goals against. There was concern. It went in that game against Russia 50%, but they killed all but one. 8 penalties they took in that game.
Slap shot by Nygren, whistled and wide rebound. Berra's down. Play whistle down, and a scrum ensues.
Sundstrom at the side of the net. He's wrapped up with Weber as he continued. Jimmy Eriksson went down behind the net. The lively boards, the puck kicks off very quickly from the end boards. And on this missed shot, it's going to come out the other side. Sundstrom's going for a great play by Weber, and Berra gets that pad back. You can see everybody. Eriksson kind of was bent over in that scrum and inadvertently got bumped. Shot by Nygren at the point. Sundstrom going for that bank play. And good job by Berra and his defenseman Weber as they get back in time.
Here's the Oiler jersey, at least one of them that we have seen in this building. Per Marks looks on, wondering what the call is going to be. Take a couple players to the penalty box and we'll play on. That was linesman Pasi Nieminen of Finland that was trying to keep the peace. The other linesman is from Germany, Nikolai Ponomaro. And it was Canadian Brett Iverson who made that call on Dubois. The other referee is Stefan Fonselius of Finland. That's your officiating crew for this one. Shot by Rosen, good save by Reto Berra. Rosen on it again. For Klassen. In for Larson, stick breaks. Gets it to the front of the net though, then grabs a new stick. But it's cleared down the ice.
That first shot by Rosen looked like Reto Berra didn't pick it up till late, but he was able to still make the save.
Here comes Larson. Larson, the minutes played leader for Sweden. Nyquist back for Larson. For Klassen. Puts it to the front of the net. Backlund looking for the tip. And then Gustav Nyquist with the shot. And Reto Berra throws that right leg back. And it takes the net off the peg. And Michael Backlund goes over and says something to Reto Berra.
Klassen just looking for the tip from Backlund. This is a shot by Rosen a little bit earlier as it finds its way through traffic. Michael Backlund marked right on top of Reto Berra as Berra is still able to pick that up late and make the save. Robert Rosen has 3 goals in this tournament.
Backlund 1 shot on goal in that first period. That gives him 25. And he leads the Swedish team in shots on goal in this championship. Power play continues for Sweden. Slap shot, and that is off the stick, and that is up and out of play. And Michael Backlund in that period won 2 faceoffs and lost 5. So the 7 faceoffs that he has taken, he is now at 104 in this tournament.
Jimmy Eriksson was in pain from that scrum, and he went right back down the tunnel. Keep an eye on Eriksson if he returns. Captain of the Swedish team.
36 years of age. Played back at home in Sweden last year after some time in the KHL. Vandenberg with the shot, that got blocked. Vandenberg stays on it. For Linus Omark for Nygren, and Nygren's shot never got to the net. Power play about to expire for Sweden. Burakovsky down for Linus Omark. Back for Vandenberg, no goal. As they are going to call goalie interference against Sweden as Reto Berra goes down in the paint.
It's Alexander Wenberg that's going to get the call. Berra was down well before that shot was taken. Switzerland will get a power play chance right as the Felicia Dubois penalty ends. They kill it off. Wenberg gets pushed by Abdul right into Reto Berra. Call is made as goalie interference. A little help from the veteran Abdul as he gives Wenberg a shove, and Wenberg takes down Berra. Switzerland goes to the power play.
So Brett Iverson, the Canadian official, will send him off for 2 after waving off the goal. And Switzerland back to the power play. 4 power play goals in the tournament for Switzerland. Nino Niederreiter has a couple of them. He'll dish it off. Broken stick on the play for Andrighetto. John Blum. That's deflected away. Dubois holds it in. Back for Andrighetto with a new stick. Dubois fires, deflected, save, rebound, and Jacob Markstrom robs Nino Niederreiter.
Niederreiter can't believe it as Markstrom sprawling to his left. Just a simple shot by Dubois, gets deflected, a good initial save, and then Niederreiter finds a loose puck, and Markstrom just that left arm as he dives back for the puck and then able to cover it up as Niederreiter with a great chance on the rebound.
Niederreiter initially the Islander pick. Markstrom initially a Florida pick. Niederreiter now plays for the Minnesota Wild, and Markstrom plays for the Vancouver Canucks. Lindholm for Vandenberg. He gets tied up. Simon Mosier sends it back for Dubois. He'll find Weber. Weber will spin it off for Andrighetto. He tried to jam that through Jimmy Norman. It got blocked, does get to Weber. And Weber against his old Vancouver netminder, blasted short side. Andrighetto to the line, shot, Markstrom the save. Rebound, Andrighetto. Back for Dubois, for Weber. And back for Andrighetto. In for Niederreiter, looking for the high tip. And it's literally a high tip up into the netting.
You know, Niederreiter looking for a little room. The Minnesota Wild players been leading this Swiss team with the 3 goals, 6 points. Coming off another successful year with the Wild as he reaches the 20-goal mark again. Picked up 43 points, now a veteran of 307 NHL games. Originally a New York Islander pick, picked 5th overall back in 2010.
Blum Dishes this off. Hoffman down for Walzer, back for Hoffman, and back for Walzer. Markstrom the save, rebound. Walzer couldn't get a clean whack at it. Sundstrom tried to clear, he couldn't. Ambule tees it up, and he was looking for Walzer, and Walzer couldn't get a stick on it. Pass intended for Ambule, but Holenstein got a stick in front of it accidentally, and it got cleared down the ice. '26th minor penalty of the championship for Sweden. And they're looking to kill off the 23rd, and they have.
Well, certainly Switzerland had their opportunities. 2 or 3 real good scoring chances as they had the puck in Sweden's zone for the majority of that power play, but Jacob Markstrom with some big saves. Eric Klum, 2 goals, but 2 big goals in this tournament. He had the overtime winner against Denmark, and then the very next game tied 4-4 late. He scored the 5th for the win in regulation, their first regulation win.
That was a wild game against Latvia when both teams came in having trouble finding offense. It was scoreless after 1 period, and then Switzerland scored 3 in a span of 4 minutes and 56 seconds to take a 3-0 lead, and then gave up 3 in a span of 5 minutes and 12 seconds to tie the game 3-3, and then it got to 4-4, and then Lundberg the hero, and no penalty.
Lundberg may have gone away with one.
Backlund tried to slide that cross ice, intercepted, and here comes Dino Wieser. And it bounces in, Dubois with the redirect. Backlund on the loose puck for Fantenberg. On for Jimmy Eriksson, who is back on. After he got shaken up, Backlund lost his stick. Red O'Bara and Jimmy Eriksson collided behind the play. Grossman tried to center.
Grossman didn't recognize it was a 4-on-2 for Switzerland.
Gustafsson plays it ahead. Sharp angle chance by Eric Gustafsson. Turned away by Red O'Bara. Now it's turned over in tight. Red O'Bara makes the save off Omar. Wenberg at the line. And a battle for a puck, and on it is Omar. Dishes it off, and Klassen couldn't get a shot away. And Switzerland sends it down the ice, and Markstrom has to play it away from Simon Moser. Omar plays it through for Gustav Nyquist. He tried to send it for Wenberg. Here comes Hoffman. He went high glove side, missed the net. And then Hoffman and Eric Gustafsson go into the corner boards with plenty of velocity. And it's right where the ice cleaners will come out.
On the bench for Sweden, or excuse me, Linus Omar. I'll tell you what, a Hoffman for Switzerland, a great chance, but him and Eric Gustafsson went really hard. It was a scary collision. Remarkable that both guys got up all right.
Linus Omar gave a little pat on the back when he realized that he was all right, and so was the other guy. Rosen out now with Burakovsky in his first game, and Sundstrom, the other forward on that line. And Burakovsky on the loose puck. Cross ice, Spangenberg with the wrist shot, and grabbed and held.
Good look at Linus Ullmark. He had a chance in close off the turnover, in tight on Reto Berra. Backhand, forehand. Berra stays right with him all the way. Great little pickup though, off the skate. Good hands. Linus Ullmark played in the KHL last year. Led his team in Bufa with 57 points. 79 NHL game splits between Edmonton and Buffalo, originally an Edmonton pick back in 2007.
Speaking of NHLers, Tobias Reeder of the Arizona Coyotes injured in the game against Canada, so he is done for the tournament for Jersey. Penalty coming up to Patrick Gearing. Mentioned Burakovsky in his first game after coming over, also his first World Championship, and there's Gearing.
People not happy. Omar closes his arm on Gearing's stick. It's a battle. Oh, that's the initial problem. Get that stick up in that above the waist, and you're going to get the call. And exactly what Gearing does. Omar made a little help to make sure it stayed there. But a big power play opportunity for Sweden.
Gustav Nyquist, Robert Rosen, Michael Backlund, Klassen, and Larson. The power play alignment for Sweden, and Backlund plays it back for Larson. For Klassen. Cross ice, unable to shoot it is Rosen, and the net is off again.
As we get to these late games, it's almost like the pegs aren't set anymore. Reto Berra dealing with Backlund in front, just pushing, and that comes off very easily. So Reto Berra now.
He got called yesterday.
Well, I think they're going to get someone to come out and re-drill the holes. The linesman will do it a lot quicker than someone walking to the other end of the ice. Is the entrance where they get it is at the far end.
Not sure that's the issue though.
I think
the pegs are just not sturdy enough.
It almost seems that way. The ease that it's come off. This has been an issue throughout this tournament. Quick fix though, and they can get back to play. Backlund leading the ice time for Sweden.
One of us to go down there, one of us, Tim the Toolman Taylor guys to go down there and rectify that issue.
I would not be the guy for that job.
Larson for Robert Rosen, the slap shot from Rosen, and ricochets around in front, and then Grossman takes Backlund down, and that will bring everyone into a pile other than Adam Larson, who's going to stay back at the blue line to make sure that the face-off, as a result, will stay deep in the Switzerland zone.
Rosen just getting this shot through, and this is a good save. Berra just down in the butterfly, but great job searching out that puck as it's bouncing around, and then Dubois takes Backlund down in front, and everybody converges after that. So look at Grossman, big defenseman for Switzerland.
Sweden defeated Switzerland last year when they met in the Czech Republic. It was in overtime on a goal by Philip Forsberg. And you wonder if Philip Forsberg was asked to maybe come and join the Swedish team.
Sure, he was asked along with Ekholm, his teammate in Nashville.
And you could speak to this as to what percentage of a team is banged up at some point when you get to the second and third round of the playoffs.
I don't know what the percentage, but I would say it'd be close to half.
Shot from the line, save. Reto Berra got the pad down. And the rebound grabbed off, and Eric Blum will send it down the ice. Larson drops it back for Linus Ullmark. Ullmark plays it around the boards. Russian fans cheering for Switzerland because that would mean the final game between Russia and Sweden wouldn't mean anything. And Denmark fans are cheering for Sweden. They want to keep Switzerland down below them in the standings. Sundstrom plays it for Linus Ullmark, still looking for his first goal of this championship. Back at the line, slap shot, Nygren wide. Nino Niederreiter lifts him down the ice, and Gearing is out of the penalty box. And Switzerland, another penalty kill after going 8 for 8 on the penalty kill against Russia. 3 for 3 so far in this tournament, and we have Nino Niederreiter in the middle of it again.
Him and Sundstrom are battling along the wall, and Sundstrom will be the guy from, or sorry, Lundberg is the guy in it with Niederreiter. As Nino Niederreiter and Lundberg get a little tied up right at the end of that play. Niederreiter has been in many of those scrums. Well, they sort everyone out. Not sure if they're going to take anyone. They'll just little stern talking to and play 5-on-5.
Niederreiter, the former Portland Winterhawk. Sjogren and Shappy face off. Eric Blum, who bounces around. Shappy tried to jam it through, could not. Into the back half of the second period here. Finland is now leading Slovakia 2-0. Sven Andrighetto dives through the middle. And he went down. Switzerland fans felt there should have been a call. Shappy tries to work it, 3 does, and the pass back for Yannick Weber hops his stick. No Rafael Diaz in the lineup for Switzerland. And Matthias Ekholm on his way here, but not in the lineup for Sweden.
Well, Sven Andrighetto, the only goal scorer in this game, a lot of speed. Had a chance early as he drove it wide with a good opportunity. Great feed from Hohenstein. Hohenstein is just pushed wide, but eventually walking across the top of the circle to the first period. He goes bar down. And it is 1-0 Switzerland because of Andrighetto. He now has a couple in this tournament.
Czech Republic had the lead on Denmark for much of the game, and then Denmark tied it with a power play marker. And the game went to a shootout. It was a wide open overtime between those two teams.
It really was. Look at the Swiss team. They've been in 4 one-goal games.
Dominic Birch and Sebastian Daum were both outstanding in that game. There's a wrist shot by Sundstrom, and here we go again.
Niederreiter again.
Or is it Grossman?
We've got to take one here to send a message. I believe it's going to be Nino Niederreiter is going to get the penalty.
Right.
And why not? Every scrum he is coming in.
Grossman was the first one in there, 77, and then yes, there comes Nino Niederreiter.
It just hurts his club. There's no sense to it whatsoever.
So another power play for Sweden, their 4th. Sometimes these are the ones that hurt you. Patrick Fisher will make his way back up behind his players, spends a lot of time right down at the dashboard. Face-off win, Nygren gets it back for Omar. The shot, good save, rebound, score. And it's Sundstrom that puts it in the back of the net.
Payback. The dump penalty by Niederreiter, and it's a costly one. And Sundstrom's able to tie this up for Sweden quickly on the power play. Johan Sundstrom with a big goal, and maybe this will be something that can switch the momentum. Just a shot to the net by Omar, and right on top of the rebound. Good job by Eriksson in front. The screen, Sundstrom is the recipient of that bouncing puck. Reto Berra complaining that he was interfered with. Sweden has tied this game at 1.
Nino Niederreiter has had such a good tournament.
It is, but it's been that after the whistle consistently. And eventually it catches up, and it was the right call.
We talked about this the other day, that in the NHL, they would have taken one games ago. They would have taken somebody out of the pile, and that's what they did there. Nino Niederreiter was the guy that came in as the third man. Shot by Weber, and that's deflected high.
NHL, I don't think Niederreiter to be in there as much because there's other consequences.
Plum plays that to the front of the net. Julian Walker. We have a 1-1 tie here. Beezer trying to get it to the front of the net, could not. And Backlund will play it ahead. Beezer breaks it up. Weber at the line, fakes the shot. Gets around Jimmy Eriksson. Plays it for Eric Blum. Blum shot high and wide. Weber plays it back in behind the net. Larson trying to jam it up the wall, does. And it's backhanded out at center. Backlund going in after it. And Backlund at inside position and then got around Beezer and then went into the backboards. And now Backlund comes back after Yannick Weber. And now Omar and Weber, and now Backlund and Weber. Meanwhile, play is continuing. And Grossman at center ice will hammer it back in. Mosier, big collision on the far side with Lindholm. I guess that's the true definition of letting them play, not even whistling it down.
It has. The intensity's picked up. And mention how desperate Switzerland would be in this game, and Sweden's picked up the match out here in period number 2.
Niederreiter with the wrist shot, steered away, centered up front. Niederreiter and Gustav Nyquist after it. Lindholm got spilled, and it's back in behind the net.
Another high hit by Niederreiter on Klassen, who's slow to go to the bench. This one goes uncalled.
Now play is whistled down.
Klassen on the bench as the puck comes to. This is earlier as Backlund's battling for the puck. He goes for the hit on Blum. There's certain things happening all over the ice. Then the big hit on Weber. Teams don't like each other very much.
Keep an eye on Klassen, whether or not he returns. As Niederreiter in the middle of it again, and probably got away with one. Off the stick of Hoffman out at center. Backboard Walzer. Walzer stripped of the puck. Battle in the corner, and the puck finally does squirt loose. And this goes all the way down the ice, and play whistled down on the icing call.
Well, which team can keep their composure a little bit more? Is Sundstrom able to capitalize on the power play as he gets the bouncing puck right on top of the blue paint? Good work in front by Jimmy Eriksson. Swiss man's not happy.
Well, we've talked about a number of times how the times don't want to drop the puck. And right off the face-off, we have a penalty. So it'll be a power play for Switzerland when we come back.
Omar's going to head to the penalty box for Sweden as he takes a penalty right off the offensive zone draw in the Switzerland zone. And right after Sweden has been able to answer back and tie this game with a power play goal, Switzerland will get their chance. It's been very chippy in the second period, and special teams quite often can be the difference. You don't want to be that team that composure may play a factor.
Gustafsson rings this around the boards, cleared out in center, and Dubois is back for it.
Switzerland has to be careful as Sweden leads the tournament with 4 shorthanded goals.
Mosier dishes off for Niederreiter. He'll get a bump there from Adam Larsson. Dubois holds this in, protects it against Jimmy Eriksson. Sent around by Mosier for Andrighetto. Sven Andrighetto, Weber, Dubois, and back for Weber, back for Andrighetto. He has the Switzerland goal in this game. Weber the shot off of Mosier and wide. Dubois lets the wrist shot go, and that just missed. As Niederreiter looking for the tip. Sven Andrighetto, back for Weber. Weber tees it up. Markstrom across to make the save. And cleared and bounces away from Dubois. Down the ice it goes.
Dubois just trying to use his stick. Had time to kind of go down and corral that puck. Make sure it stayed inside the zone.
Hoffman works it to the line no further. Offside is called. I'm not sure that came back out. Let the play whistle down.
Good job by Sweden just to hold that line as Hoffman trying to come across, trying to carry it across the line. Sometimes a little better just to chip and chase when you have speed, as Sweden was stacked up across the blue line.
And Vandenberg will send this all the way down the ice. Mentioned Lundberg's 2 shorthanded goals. Nyquist and Wenberg have the others. Some room on that right side. And trying to go high short side was Ambiel. And that will carry him all the way back. Eric Blum will have to go back for it. For Walzer, Samuel Walzer. That shot stopped. Power play is over as Omar back on the ice. In across the line for Wenberg. Backhand shot wide. Omar tracks it down. Omar back to the line. Gustafsson and Nyquist trying to get the tip on that. Could not. And back for Hoffman. Doesn't get much on the shot. And Markstrom is going to play it, but by that time, the referee had already whistled it down.
Quick whistle. Markstrom played that fairly quick, but the ref didn't even want to give him a chance. Able to tie it up. Patrick Fisher looking at his team. He's back behind the bench. We've seen him very active. He'll go down with his players, stand there for a while, go back up. Game against Denver that he stood pretty much the whole game right up front along with the players.
27 NHL games played for him with Phoenix. Look at Per March, the longtime coach of Sweden. 63 years of age. Patrick Fischer is 40. But Patrick Fischer played over 600 games in the Swiss League. In across the line for Clausen, the long shot, that goes wide, so Clausen back out after getting shaken up. Larson ahead for Wenberg. Back in for Norman. So Wenberg getting a little double duty here, out with some new line mates. Norman trying to work it out front, being watched by Schneeberger. Wenberg there to try and come up with it, but Schneeberger will play it around the boards and back into the Swedish zone. Long lead pass, a little bit of room there for Burakovsky. Drops it back for Sundstrom. Back for Sundstrom from Burakovsky at the line for Gustafsson. And that shot, that hit Riitola. And now a penalty coming up to Dubois, and Reto Berra puts his hands over his head.
Switzerland getting themselves into penalty trouble. And Dubois is going to take a tripping call. And he's going to argue this in front, but the puck hit Riitola as he was on the ice and stick between the legs. I believe it's of Sundstrom. And Sundstrom, the goal scorer for Sweden, goes down. Reto Berra's reaction says it all. But not again. As it was the power play for Sweden that tied it up. Switzerland continues to braid to the penalty box.
Switzerland playing with fire. Slap shot from the line, that's just wide. Nygren for Wenberg and back for Nygren. Shot and a glove save by Reto Berra.
Good shot by Nygren at the point. Jimmy Eriksson just pays the price in front. The veteran is always right on top of the goal. He thought he could get a stick on that. But Berra does a good job just moving out in front, able to glove it down.
So Switzerland now 25 times this season, or this tournament, short-handed. They're getting up to Kazakhstan and Denmark territory. And here we go again.
Might be here till midnight. Every whistle.
We have 2:02 left to go in the second period here. The third period is starting between Slovakia and Finland.
And it's been because of this whistle after whistle. And players, and eventually it was the one penalty by Niederreiter, a scrum in which they took him, and the goal by that man on the bottom, Sundstrom. They tied it up. You have to wonder what Patrick Fischer's message will be to his team here about some of that stuff.
Sundstrom was the playoff MVP for Frölunda. And he has the goal for Sweden in this game. Nygren for Wenberg, and another save by Reto Berra.
Gearing and Eriksson in front, and just a shot from the side. Reto Berra's done a good job jumping out in front of that, and able to make the save.
Berra was good against Russia yesterday until Russia kind of took control in the third period. There was no score. It was close, 1-0 after 1, 2-0 after 2 in favor of Russia, and then they did go on for the 5-1 win. Anbule giving chase on Larson. Clausen for Nyquist. Nyquist curls. Robert Rosen on the near side. Back half of the power play, and Rosen has the puck. Back for Larson. Rosen does have a couple of power play goals in this tournament for Sweden. Nyquist has a couple as well. And the loose puck is picked up and cleared down the ice by Traxler. Backlund has two, and Nygren has the other. Into the final minute of the second period. Klassen. Chased there by Grossman. Dishes it off for Michael Backlund. Backlund back for Klassen. Waiting for it is Larson. Slap shot blocked. On it is Rosen. And Larson will feed it for Klassen. Julian Walker keeping an eye on Klassen. Power play is over. And this gets lifted out the center, and Adam Larson just bats it midair for Eric Gustafsson. And Julian Walker took a run at Backlund and missed him. Gustav Nyquist with a pass, and now there's a penalty coming up, and it's going to be Jimmy Eriksson, who pushed Patrick Gearing into Reto Berra by the looks of it.
Well, the numbers continues. This time it's the captain, Jimmy Eriksson. This is away from the puck. These are the penalties that hurt you. This Eriksson just, the puck's going up the other way towards the Sweden zone. And he puts Gearing into his own net. So with 2 seconds left, brief power play here for Switzerland. They're going to fix the net first.
Reto Berra is going to go out of the net for the extra attacker with 2.1 seconds on the clock. Coaches here are far more forgiving because this was the National Hockey League. There would be some players, see you in your jersey or not, that might not see the ice for a while. Especially with so much riding on this game.
I'm almost going to bet that there'll be a scrum here to finish off the period.
Key face-off. And it gets tied up, and a shot right off the draw by Ambuel. And here we go. Niederreiter in front of the net with Eric Gustafsson.
Well, in what was a long period, Sweden gets the job done. They tie it up. 20 minutes left for these teams to decide.
So the game tied 1-1, and Switzerland will start the third period on a power play.
Ты с уверенностью встречаешь любые испытания. А как насчет твоего лица? Новый крем для лица Nivea Men создан специально для мужчин. Он эффективно увлажняет кожу и защищает ее от сухости. Новый мужской крем Nivea Men. Уверенность тебе к лицу. Поддержи свою команду с Nivea Men. Nivea Men – официальный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею.
And determination I need every day. The years of training, pushing myself to be the strongest, the sharpest, my dedication to the game. to my teammates who are counting on me to deliver. The nerves of steel, the preparation and ritual before the adrenaline of the match. The responsibility of doing my best every time, prepared to fight every shot on the ice. This is not just a sport.
Główna komanda Szwajcarii gra w głównym zestawie. Główna komanda Szwajcarii gra w głównym zestawie.
Главное – это герб на груди. Самые яркие звезды хоккея съедутся в Торонто, чтобы выяснить, чья сборная сильнее. Кубок мира по хоккею 2016. Билеты и продажа.
Pois é, boys.
Well, we had another extra time game in this building earlier today, and certainly this one's shaping up that may be another one added to the list.
Well, it may well be. It's tied at 1 apiece. Shots are tied at 23 apiece. Well, these two teams have battled it out a very, I'm going to say, scrappy second period of play, in which there was a lot of penalties, a lot of scrumming after whistles, but right now a power play for Switzerland to begin period number 3.
Gustafsson goes back for it, and he'll lift this all the way down the ice. Red O'Bara watches it and steers it a little bit wide. And Red O'Bara, some contact on him from Sjogren. We have had a little bit of everything in this game. And Red O'Bara will leave it behind his own net. Weber plays it on the right side. Dubois will send it in. Intended pass, and unable to get anything on that as he fanned on it was Andrighetto. Now to Weber, now to Andrighetto. Andrighetto and Sundstrom, your goal getters in this game. Nino Niederreiter drops it back. Moser with the shot. And the save made by Markstrom, and he'll hang on.
Well, nice play by Niederreiter as he finds Moser. And one of the coaches said something. They went to the front of the net. There was a little thing, and everyone skated away. So I'm sure a little bit of a message between periods from maybe both the coaches as Niederreiter finds Moser in the high slot.
Well, a 1-1 game. You wouldn't want to be the player that took a silly penalty and sat in the penalty box to watch the other team go ahead. We've seen plenty of that in this game. This is going to be icing called as Gustafsson's bang. Nope, waved off. Oh, that's right. There's still time in the penalty. Taken by Eric Blum for Ambule. Ambule for Hoffman. Hoffman puts on the brakes, finds Blum at the line. Back for Hoffman and back for Blum. Is there more heroics than Eric Blum? Winds up, fires, and that got blocked. Scramble! What a chance for Hoffman on the short side.
He had a lot of net to shoot at and put it wide.
Slap shot off the leg and wide as Blum got it to the net. And now Norman is on it. And he'll play it down the ice. Red O'Bara sends it right back up for Hoffman. Trying to catch Sweden on a slow line change as they change penalty killers. Dying seconds of the power play. Sjogren got in front of that intended pass. Out of the penalty box is Jimmy Eriksson. And Sweden back to full strength. Sjogren. Bit of a hook there from Holenstein. Play goes on. After it is Lundberg. Centers! And Sjogren's shot never got to the net.
Grossman was able to get in that shot lane and block it.
Lundberg wrapped up in the corner by Schneeberger. Comes out of the pile with the puck. Watched by Beezer, and now Beezer comes up with it. Long right wing pass intended for his brother, and that misfires. Beezer goes in after it, try to center it, and taken by Sjogren. Julian Walker's going to hold it in. And back for Fantenberg. He'll send this in, goes after it with Dubois. Traxler back there to help out. Traxler walked by Backlund. Stopped at center by Gustav Nyquist, and it's right back up for Omar. He had trouble handling it, and he'll try it again. Adam Larsson sends it in. After it goes Dubois. Wenberg is in after him.
And 6 Swedish players on the ice, and it's not even a question. So a too many men call coming to Sweden. There Mark's trying to figure out, it was obviously miscalculation by one of the players. Burakovsky was on the ice by the bench. They had 6 guys clearly playing. There's been a few where you could argue, but this is not one of them, as Omar heads over to serve this penalty. And a power play for Switzerland, right? They started the period on the man advantage, and we'll get another one here.
Finland about to move into a tie with Canada again, or move ahead of Canada again for top spot in that championship. Finland will have 1 game left. That'll be against Canada. Canada with a couple of games left.
Canada plays France tomorrow.
It's going to go down to that last game, barring some major upset, although you witnessed France over Canada game.
I did. I was there for that shootout loss to open up the tournament.
In Minsk?
In Minsk. Here, Edward Belmar scored the shootout winning goal.
Weber gets to center and sends it in. Back at the line for Dubois. Plays it down for Andrighetto. Sven Andrighetto being watched by Sjogren. Switzerland back on the power play. Shot, block, rebound, and cleared away by Lundberg. 5th power play of the game for Switzerland. This is whistled down because of the offside.
Switzerland trying to get something going. The shot from the point. Everybody's in front. This is Holenstein, and there's a chance earlier. Hoffman at the side of the net. And he just, a bit of a rolling puck. Catches the outside of the post. Best chance Switzerland's had to go ahead.
Switzerland, 2 wins, a loss, and 2 overtime losses. That adds up to 7 points. Hoffman is after it. And Switzerland very much in the battle with Denmark. Norway still hanging in there. Ambuel plays it to the side of the net for Walser. Back for Ambuel. Blum at the line. Tees up. Score! Deflected in front of the net. May have been Holenstein, the last one to touch it, and Switzerland with another power play goal.
They're stacked up, 2 men in the high, 1 in the high spot, 1 right on top of the paint. And I think it's Holenstein that gets the initial tip on this. Hoffman's in front, and Eric Blum, that shot from the point. There's Walser in front, so this might get reviewed. Take a look at the shot by Blum. That looks low enough, and it is. It's Hohenstein. That is right at the waist. Great hand-eye. As a nice tip by Hohenstein. Oh, that's beautiful tip as it bounces into that corner past Jacob Markstrom.
Eric Blum is at it again.
Yes, he was able. It's that shot. It was a slap shot in overtime that won it. Slap shot late in the game that won over Latvia. Now a slap shot that leads to a redirect and a good goal.
Too many men on the ice. Call against Sweden.
Dennis Hohenstein gets the redirect off that Blum blast from the point. This is just a great tip. It's a tough one to pick up as Walzer's in front of Markstrom as well. And there's a happy young fan. Helmet's falling over her eyes.
So Switzerland up by a goal. Here comes Gustafsson. An interesting day here at the Ice Palace. Denmark against the Czech Republic. Denmark found a way to come up with a shootout victory.
Still lots of time.
And now Sweden down by a goal. Dubois and another penalty coming up. And Switzerland is going to go back to the power play, as it's going to be a holding call against Eric Gustafsson.
Talked about Switzerland getting themselves into trouble in that second period going to the penalty box. Sweden scored in the power play. Now it is Sweden is freehand by Gustafsson. This one a bit of a ticky-tack call. Martin doesn't like it, but Sweden back to the penalty kill.
Denmark tied the game with the Czech Republic earlier today on a power play, on a call for too many men on the ice. And now Switzerland has taken the lead on a call for too many men on the ice. And now Gustafsson to the box. Whistle.
Offside. I'm surprised this isn't going to go all the way back to the Swiss zone, as usually the intentional offsides do. Let's take a look at the refs for this game.
Eric Blum plays it for Anbuhl. His pass got gobbled up. Sundstrom will play it back down the ice. Hoffman leaves it for Anbuhl, for Walzer. Looking for Hohenstein. It was behind him. Eric Blum's going to hold it in, though. Eric Blum for Hoffman. Looks for a lane, fires, and that got blocked. Short-handed, here comes Michael Backlund. Backlund in a battle there with Blum. Blum gets some help from Anbuhl. And then Backlund's going to get some help from Lundberg, who goes in on the forecheck and forces Hoffman to play it back in behind his own net.
Sweden has no problem being aggressive up ice on the penalty kill. They've been able to get a little bit of offense short-handed.
Taken to the sideboards by Lundholm. Anton Lundholm added to the lineup today. Wow, Niederreiter was knocked down by Sjogren. And the stick came up. Weber feeds it for Niederreiter. Oh, Adam Larsson came across and levels Nino Niederreiter, and it's going to be a penalty to Adam Larsson.
Larsson comes right across. We'll wait and see what the call is. Not sure if there's an elbow or is it a check to the head. Looked like a hit to me. As Larsson, Niederreiter protecting the puck. That is just a body check.
That's not a penalty. But it is being called a penalty.
An unfortunate call here to Sweden, and now some quick 5-on-3, only 18 seconds remaining in the previous penalty, and it's a timeout now for Switzerland. Chance to really grab a lead. Jimmy Eriksson now having a conversation with the ref after the initial call to Gustafsson, and then this one to Larson. Gustafsson penalty, you could argue possible, but this Larson was a good hit on Niederreiter.
But anything here, we've seen that over the years, anything that looks a little bit too aggressive is going to get called. It shouldn't, but it does. There was nothing wrong with that hit by Larson. But it'll make it a 5-on-3. 5-0 Finland. Laine scored again.
He did, down the wall, that terrific shot.
Weber plays it cross ice. Ambiel carries it in. Drops for Weber. Weber for Dubois. And then he'll get it back from Ambiel. One penalty is over. Niederreiter at the side of the net couldn't get it to settle down and cleared down the ice, so it's now a one-man advantage for Switzerland. So on that other side, some of the big games coming up, Canada-Finland, but also Slovakia and USA. Niederreiter tried to send that to the near side.
Yeah, Andrew Ghetto all alone, but a nice diving play defensively.
Simon Mosier battling along, gets it for Andrighetto. He was looking for that same corner that he scored on in the opening period, but Markstrom snares it.
Good quick shot, Andrighetto just walking it off the wall again, very similar to that goal. This time though, Markstrom says no way. Quick release, and Niederreiter sent to the ice in front, which cleared the path for Markstrom to get a good view of that.
Stingy over on the other side. Finland has played 6 games now and has given up 6 goals. Canada has played 5 games and has given up 4 goals. And an interference penalty coming to Switzerland. Samuel Walser.
Not a penalty you want to take when you're already on the power play. Walser not happy, but no one's been happy with any of the calls, so why should that change? Walser does interfere, allows Blum that lane. Not sure what the argument is. So 56 seconds of 4-on-4 and then a minute 4 power play for Sweden.
6 goals and 10 points for Patrick Laine. That ties him for the lead in both those categories. It has been quite a tournament for the young man. 11:31 left, a 2-1 lead for Switzerland.
Skoda. Simply clever.
Samuel Walser heads to the penalty box for Switzerland, and it's 4-on-4 for just under a minute, and then a Sweden power play is a power play goal by Switzerland that put them up 2-1.
Backlund, Nygren, Fantenberg, and Omark on the 4-on-4 for Sweden. Ambiel, Andrighetto, along with Blum and Weber. As this ricochets and leaves the playing surface.
Macklin just trying to get a shot on net. There's a look at Nygren, who missed one game in this tournament. It was a game in which Sweden went with 5 defensemen. It's Kazakhstan. They were able to win 7-3. Adam Larson played huge minutes, just under 30.
Switzerland will play the Czech Republic on Tuesday. Sweden will play Russia on Tuesday.
This linesman didn't like the way that face-off went. So we're going to try this all over again. Set to block first as they add the seconds back up.
And the linesman will explain to Michael Backlund what he did wrong. And now they're going to wave Traxler, who is Switzerland's best face-off man, out of the face-off circle. So Morris Traxler will leave it up to Ambule. Omar pinned to the boards. To the front of the net. And the pass just beyond the reach of Michael Backlund. Back at center, and Blum will send it in. And then Blum and everyone else that was on the ice with him will head to the bench on the line change, and Vandenberg will drive it into the Swiss zone. Vandenberg to the backboards. Leaves it for Klassen. Linus Klassen drops it off for Vandenberg. Save made on the short side by Red O'Bara. And this is cleared into the Switzerland bench.
And it's a power play for Sweden. Minute left in that penalty to Samuel Walser. Vandenberg of Sweden, the defenseman. Looks for a power play. They do have a power play goal in this game. Sundström got them on the board.
Russia, Norway, Denver, Kazakhstan. Our games here tomorrow at the Ice Palace in Moscow. And then Tuesday we'll wrap up the round robin portion. Big face-off win for Shappy. And it's cleared all the way down the ice. And Jacob Markstrom's going to leave it there for Larson. We'll see plenty of Larson in the remaining 10:22 of this game. He'll drop it back for Klassen. Klassen attacks with some speed, takes it wide on Patrick Gearing, sends it back to the line. Larson for Nyquist, for Larson, for Klassen, and looked like Red O'Bara got a piece of it. Klassen redirect score! Gustav Nyquist with his 7th of the tournament. Power play goal, and we are tied.
Heads-up play by Adam Larson. This is just a great play from the defenseman. Head up, shot pass, and if you're going to give it to anyone, give it to Nyquist, who is red hot. 5 goals now in his last 3 games, 7 overall. And Nyquist gets lost. It's a 2-on-1 down low as Dubois goes to the front of the net for coverage. That leaves Nyquist all alone. And a perfect pass off to the side. And what a redirect as Nyquist just steers that into the corner past Red O'Bara.
There's some players that are going to have some splaining to do to their teammates after the game.
It's been 2 bad penalties Switzerland has taken that have cost them. Niederreiter took one, and then Walser took one.
And here we go again.
So they want to continue down this path and find themselves out of quarterfinals. Look to discipline as a factor. Martin happy with his power play. It comes through again. 2nd power play goal of the game. And Nyquist goes to the top of the tournament lead in goals.
Switzerland loses this game. They will have to rely on a win against the Czech Republic. And that's not going to be easy. Czech Republic coming off a loss to Denmark earlier today.
And that provides also Kazakhstan and beating Denmark in that last game. A lot of things. And they came out, they played a good game. It's just dumb penalties. And that is just a beautiful goal. Great setup by Larson and a great finish by Gustav Nyquist.
Switzerland has to get something out of this game. If they don't, you have to like Denmark's chances of finishing in the 4-hole here in Group A. Weber bounces this out at center and sent right back in, and Nino Niederreiter in behind the play gave Eric Gustafsson a shot from behind, and it goes undetected. Blum plays it into the corner. Riedela is after it. Burakovsky trying to get a stick on it, can't, and it's shoveled all the way down the ice, and this will be an icing call.
It's taken a lot of wind away and a lot of momentum away from Switzerland. Niederreiter now with the bench, and let's look at Patrick Fischer. Nino Niederreiter, probably his best player on this team, so not the game in which to send a message.
Adam Larson, as they were leaving the ice, said something to Niederreiter, and Niederreiter turned around and chirped back. Taken by Linus Omark. Omark, good battle at the line, controls, gets it down low. Backlund is on it. Michael Backlund trying to pull away from Morris Traxler. Backlund lets the wrister go wide, rebound! And that net is off the peg again on that backside.
Backlund had Omark right off the side of the net on that initial little shot pass. And Sweden's done a good job of getting guys open just off to the side of the net. Look for those plays. Switzerland's blocking the middle, so you're not going to get it through the net. Have someone off to the side. And Omark looking for that. He was able to get a second chance as he came off the wall.
Reto Shappy and Alexander Wenberg were about to face off. Now the puck is dropped. Shoveled out and redirected away by Andrighetto. And Jacob Markstrom will come out and play this. And Wenberg will send it ahead for Gustav Nyquist. 7th of the tournament for Gustav Nyquist. He leads in the goal-scoring category. As an overtime winner, has a couple of power play goals, has a shorthanded goal. In the cross for Wenberg, for Nyquist! And he fired that one over top the net. 3 power play goals now in the tournament for Nyquist.
I think that puck got on end for him and a little bit too much underneath as he sent it over top of the net.
You want to get the puck on somebody's stick, the guy that leads in the goal scoring department. Not a bad place to start. Eriksson gets away from Walzer. Dubois couldn't clear it. Omark around the net. Omark drops it back. Nygren the shot, the rebound. Just stuffed wide from right in front of the net after Nygren drilled it.
Great chance for Michael Backlund.
Backlund on it again. Vandenberg the shot. Reto Berra takes it up high, and Backlund couldn't bury the rebound as Gearing went down in front of it. Eriksson for Omark. Switzerland hanging on. Omark dishes it off, and Vandenberg will play it around the boards. Michael Backlund trying to get away from Patrick Gearing. Backlund to the backhand, to the forehand, through traffic, and that just missed.
Great shift from Backlund and Omark and Eriksson just controlling the puck in the Swiss zone.
Cross ice pass for Julian Walker as he comes out with the Vieser brothers. They'll create some energy. That's what this line does, and they do it on a fairly consistent basis for Sweden, or for Switzerland. Up the left side for Rietela, got away from him. Yannick Weber back for it. and he'll flip it back out in center. Gustafsson sends it back to Riedela, and he'll chop it in. Red O'Bara leaves it. Sundstrom is in on the forecheck. And Adam Larsson has it for Sweden, in for Riedela. Takes it wide around Beezer. And again, the net is off as Larsson came to the front of the net. And Red O'Bara trying to sell if there was some goalie contact.
Game as there has been 3 power play goals in this game, 1 by Switzerland and 2 power play goals by Sweden. Penalties have been the theme, bad penalties have been the theme, and I have to think that, you never know, that might be what decides this game, is who takes the next one.
Traxler and Backlund for the face-off. Schneeberger plays it up the boards and got away from Backlund. And Traxler trying to send it in. Eriksson breaks it up and plays it up the boards. Erik Gustafsson had thoughts of going after it and then decides to come back. Mosier gets it for Traxler, and Traxler will send it in. Jacob Markstrom plays it for Michael Backlund. Backlund sends it deep for Gustav Nyquist, and there's the penalty. Gustav Nyquist has his stick slashed in half. To the bench goes Markstrom for the extra attacker, and as Andrighetto touches it, a power play for Sweden.
I don't know what the argument is as the remains lay on the ice as Hohenstein scored the second goal. There's the slash. And it's been the power play. Started with Sundstrom on the Niederreiter penalty that shouldn't have been taken. Undisciplined. Then Walzer in the box and a nice play. Larsson to Nyquist. We'll see if Sweden can make Switzerland pay one more time.
Seventh power play of the game for Sweden. Clear down the ice.
It took 8 against Russia, but a lot of that was they were just behind the play. Holding. These have been careless plays.
Each team in an important game has been shorthanded 7 times in this one. You can question some of the calls, but the teams have been very undisciplined. Wenberg. Back for Nygren. Bouncing puck, trying to get it back to Wenberg, and Anvil will clear it down the ice. Omar. Sweden changing, so it'll be an easy clear for Mosier. Nygren feeds it through. In for Gustav Nyquist, another penalty coming. Boy, that looked like it was offside. Hooking penalty coming to Dubois, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 for Sweden.
I think it's a holding the stick call on Nyquist. Or is it? Nyquist maybe was looking for penalty shot. Nyquist was complaining, but it is going to be Dubois.
Boy, that looked offside, though.
It did look offside. Dubois gets that free hand. That bottom hand takes it off his stick. Nyquist thought he deserved a penalty shot. So a timeout now for Sweden as 5-on-3 for a full minute. Here's a look at the play.
back foot looked like it was up.
Very
But
close.
very close. Closer than,
Very
closer
close.
than I thought it was.
Real good look. That looks onside.
Yeah.
Good pass, good play that sprung Nyquist. So good eye by the linesman as they make the right call. And the ref finds the call on Dubois. So Switzerland, well, look for their penalty kill to step up.
Good replays there, guys. As we had a good look at that. Cleared down the ice. And Nygren will go back and set it up. 5-on-3. Jimmy Eriksson gets it for Larson. Larson sends it for Nygren and back for Larson. To the goal line it goes for Sundstrom. Larson taken now by Klassen. Klassen gets it down for Larson. Back for Klassen. He'll fire it off the leg and wide. And Larson is after it. Klassen back for Larson for Nygren, and he mishandled it. Down for Klassen. Back for Nygren. It was rolling. Klassen fires it, and that hit Jimmy Eriksson. Eriksson, good job to get it back to the line, though. Cross-ice passes. Larson was looking for the tip. Hohenstein is out. Back for Larson, and that shot never got through as Switzerland just collapsing. And Hohenstein trying to chip it off the board, puts it into one of the benches.
I'm not an expert, but when I have a player that has 7 goals, I think I might have him out there on my 5-on-3 advantage.
Especially after the timeout.
They had a timeout, so real odd setup and call here by head coach Per March. Just good chance in front on the redirect. That actually goes off Weber's stick in front. But Nyquist would probably be one of the first guys I'd send over the board. 7 goals, leads the tournament.
So Backlund comes out now. Good job by Backlund to maintain that battle and eventually win it, but then he couldn't do anything with it. And Patrick Gearing will send it down the ice. Here comes Backlund. Carries in across the line. His teammates were way behind, but they do manage to control it in the Switzerland end of the ice. Wenberg plays it for Linus Ullmark. Watched by Anvil, spins it back for Gustafsson. Down for Nyquist. And away from him and sent down the ice by Anvil. And Switzerland is going to kill it.
They do the job. And they killed a minute of 5-on-3 and the remainder 5-on-4.
Wenberg in across the line, curls, plays it back, slap shot wide by Gustafsson. Mosier's on it. Mosier with Backlund in pursuit. To the backboards they go. Grossman back to the line to Traxler. And that shot just wide. Dubois after it. And Adam Larson will send it ahead for Burakovsky. Larson behind his own net starts the attack. And Larson will slam it in. Around the boards. And cleared out by Andrighetto. Gustafsson will flip it in. Burakovsky on the boards trying to come up with it. Burakovsky. He'll leave it there for Sundstrom. Sundstrom centers. And Eriksson got knocked down before he could get a shot away. Played back down low. Burakovsky shot off a leg and wide. Held in by Gustafsson. Gets it back from Sundstrom. Gives it back to Sundstrom. And that shot by Burakovsky doesn't get through. Gets it again. Drags it in. And then Samuel Walzer, a great defensive play.
Big defensive play is a great hands by Burakovsky.
Stolen by Yannick Weber. Weber with the wrist shot, blocked it away by Markstrom. Boy, Markstrom had some trouble with that. Weber, another shot, blocked in front of the net. Late push here now by Switzerland. Cleared around the boards by Nygren. And Switzerland will pick up a point, much to the dismay of Denmark and its fans, because now Switzerland is in a tie with Denmark. And if you go back to the head-to-head, Switzerland won the game.
A big point for Sweden, too, is that means that last game with Russia gives them an opportunity because of that point to still overtake them. So we'll see who can grab the extra.
4-on-4 overtime when we come back to the Ice Palace. Getting a bit of a breather as we get set for overtime. Jacob Markstrom at the other end of the ice, and this is the 9th overtime game of the 2016 World Hockey Championship. 8 of them have been in this building.
Oh, we've been blessed with the extra time.
Just think of the overtime we are going to get.
Well, it's following the script, similar to the game previous. Denmark, Czech Republic, before they met in 2014, it was a shootout win by Denmark. That's exactly what happened today. The last 2 times these teams met, Sweden won in overtime. We'll see if that script stays the same.
31-28, the shots in favor of Sweden after 60 minutes. And here we go, 60 minutes plus. Larson starts the 4-on-4. Gearing will take it there. Andrighetto drops it back. Dubois sends it through. Ambule for Andrighetto. Shot never got through. Gustafsson plays it up the boards. Backlund trying to control it. And Larson will get it back for Erik Gustafsson. No Rafi Diaz and no Johan Franzen for the respective teams, and Mattias Ekholm is on his way to join the Swedish team. Not here yet.
Definitely a big addition to Sweden. He will become a big part of that. Help out a guy like Adam Larson.
Overtime backhander. Save made by Reto Berra. Erik Gustafsson drove it in. Dino Niederreiter gives it away. Nyquist trying to take it to the net, and Nyquist spun around. And again, that net is off the peg.
Nyquist not happy, thought he got wrapped up, but a great rush by Eric Gustafsson as he goes to the net with the backhand, and Red O'Bara comes up with a left shoulder save. The defenseman catches Niederreiter playing defense, able to go around him, and O'Bara looked behind him as he just lifted that left shoulder, able to make the save. And they are going to re-drill these holes for the second time, third time, whatever we're at.
This game is on TSN 3. Toronto Raptors Miami Heat playoff game. You can catch it on TSN channels 1, 4, and 5. And then as soon as this game is over, which they're now bringing out the maintenance people here for the building to take care of that net.
Gustav Nyquist drawing penalties. Great job getting behind traffic. Had a good chance. That led to the 5-on-3. Another goal in this game. 7 goals in the tournament. The only strange part was no Gustav Nyquist. When the game is on the line, late 5-on-3. His coach didn't have him on the ice.
No Nyquist, no Backman,
no Wenberg.
No Wenberg.
Who leads them in assists. Very strange.
And you thought, initially we thought, that's the reason for the timeout.
Would be to rest those guys that were on the ice. How many guys does it take to fix the holes?
This is a major repair. Oh, we forgot to bring the Phillips head for that screwdriver.
Well, they got a little bit of metal shrapnel now as they got to go back and get another part.
Yeah. Guy with the least seniority has to hustle back. Fans look on.
Well, they're still cheering, hoping their team can come through. Swiss fans in attendance. Switzerland, it is their fourth extra time game out of 6. They've definitely been the team that has been on the ice the longest. This game is trying to set a mark for the longest.
They lost in a shootout to Kazakhstan, lost in overtime to Norway, beat Denmark in overtime, and that's the one that's key right now for Denmark, because Denmark had a 2-0 lead.
That is a big one that they were able to come back.
Beat Latvia in regulation and then lost to Russia 5-1. So yes, this is the 4th extra time game for Switzerland. Go back to last year and they found ways to pick up points in extra games. They had 4 overtime losses last year, which earned them 4 points. So we are set to go in overtime. Vandenberg sends it for Wenberg, trying to get away from Yannick Weber. Wenberg trying to get it to the front of the net. Red O'Bara down on that side. He'll leave it for Nygren, back for Wenberg. Slap shot stopped, and Eric Blum goes after the rebound. Stopped, and Nyquist plays give and go with Wenberg. Back for Nyquist, now for Vandenberg. Back for Wenberg. Off that backside for Larson. Now for Gustav Nyquist. For Larson. Vandenberg tried to throw it to the front of the net. Boris Traxler got in front of it. Larson brings it back in. Takes a look. And he'll find Gustafsson at the line for Nyquist. Nyquist trying to lose the checking of Hoffman. Gives him a couple of head fakes. Nyquist with a little bit of room. Good recovery by Hoffman, and then the wrist shot by Larson went wide. Sundstrom Leaves for Nyquist. Larson jumps in from the line. Nyquist tees it up and shoots it wide. Sweden now going to try and make a change and perhaps get that Swiss unit a little bit tired in its own zone. Eriksson, Sundstrom, and Reto Berra came across with the left pad.
Almost like a power play here for Sweden, and Switzerland's players just absolutely gassed. Weber and Blum, the two defensemen.
Switzerland in dire need of a change, but it's the long change in overtime. Put back in around the boards. Larsson's going to chase it down on the near side. Larsson takes a bump from Hoffman. Keeps on going. Larsson back for Burakovsky. Little head fake on Blum. Burakovsky tried to center it, could not. Larsson has it. Larsson to the net. Berra's down. And pile up, and Reto Berra is going to hold it.
Reto Berra's the reason it's still tied at 2. A great save is a great chance for Sweden to end this. Eriksson makes a great little pass between the legs. The shot. Sundstrom comes in, has half the net, and he catches the mask of Reto Berra. The Swedish fans can't believe it.
1:26 before we head to a shootout. Gustafsson curls in the corner. Back for Linus Klassen. Klassen tried to drop it to Backlund. Backlund steals. Just not a lot of room. Backlund pinned to the boards. Klassen is in, kept in at the line by Eriksson. Reto Berra is going to play it away from Michael Backlund. And now finally Gearing will get it out to center. Ambuel chased back. Gets hooked on the play. Play goes on. And now it's turned over. Ambuel hustling across is Klassen. And
rolling puck, it's an offside. Niederreiter just ahead of the play. Well ahead of the play. On the close side is very close to the odd man rush. Switzerland not happy with it.
We don't get a great look at what's going on right down below us here. So offside is the call, and Nyquist for Nygren. Again, the Raptor game is on TSN 1, 4, and 5. And we'll be going there as soon as this game is over, but looks like it may take a while. We've got a battle going on in the corner way behind the play. Andrew Geller to the short side, and Markstrom makes the save. And one last rush now for Sweden. Nyquist takes the pass from Wenberg. Vandenberg, and the blast by Nygren. And the save made by Reto Berra. And we're going to a shootout.
The second straight game, and this one will need to be decided as they'll go one-on-one with the goalies.
Nyquist has a goal in this game, and Switzerland a much-needed point. Each team with a point, and they'll have the shootout for the extra.
Внимание, уважаемые зрители, выполнение постматчевых бросков начинает сборная команда Швеции.
Jacob Markstrom will switch sides, switch nets. As we get ready for a shootout.
Not sure who's up first. Usually someone's ready to go at this point, but Sweden.
Over the boards. Pops the new guy, Andre Burakovsky. Burakovsky in on Red O'Mara. Vera out to challenge and Burakovsky scores.
First game in, why not? Couple of head fakes, and he's just going to shoot at 5-hole as he sees the opening he wants.
Dennis Holenstein will be first up for Switzerland. In on Jacob Markstrom. Holenstein fires and Markstrom makes the save.
Thought he had the 5-hole. We've seen that same play. A lot of left-handed shots come wide left. Try to get that 5-hole open up, and Markstrom gets enough of the pad on him.
Switzerland closes against Czech Republic. Denmark closes against Kazakhstan. In for Klaassen, and he fanned on it.
Not exactly what was planned, I don't think, for Linus Klaassen. He's coming in right as he goes to shoot. It's a fake shot. Tried the backhand toe drag. That didn't work, so figured he'll just go into the net.
I think that was a fake shot or a fan shot. Andrighetto next up.
This shot.
Here comes Sven Andrighetto. In on Markstrom to the forehand, and Markstrom ran him out of room.
Tried to outweight him, and Andrighetto goes to the side to the forehand, trying to find some room up top. Catches the stick of Markstrom.
And Linus Ullmark has a chance to win it for Sweden. In on Red O'Mara. Lost it, gets it back, and Red O'Mara runs him out of room.
I think he hit the same patch that Linus Klaassen did. Right there. As he loses the puck, gets it back, and old poke check by Vera has that right out.
So now, will it be Nino Niederreiter or Jacob Markstrom? That's the hero. Niederreiter in on Markstrom, and Jacob, no, he scores. Nino Niederreiter buries it.
Gets it up over top, Markstrom goes down. 6'6", gets those pads out, but a great shot to the top corner by Niederreiter.
And now Switzerland will shoot first, and it will again be Niederreiter. After the first three shooters, you can repeat. backhand, and this time Markstrom denies him.
Great glove save, tries to move, but going to the backhand this time. Markstrom keeps that glove up and comes up with a big save, and the net comes off. Fix that.
And is it Burakovsky coming back out for the win? It is. Andrei Burakovsky in on Radovera. Slows it down, scores! And Sweden will defeat Switzerland in a shootout. 3-2 your final. Andrei Burakovsky in his first game since coming over after Washington gets eliminated, wins it.
Good shot to the low corner as he comes in, went 5-hole the first time in Burakovsky. Low glove as he gives Sweden the 2 points and the win.
So it'll come down to game 7 for a lot of teams in the round-robin competition. Games tomorrow starts with Russia, Norway, Denmark, Kazakhstan, the second one, and then a triple header on Tuesday to round out the round robin. 3-2 your final. Good night from Moscow.
Внимание, дамы и господа, мы начинаем церемонию награждения лучших игроков матча.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we start the best reward ceremony.
Награда предоставлена Raiffeisenbank International, официальным спонсором чемпионата мира по хоккею с шайбой 2016 года.
And the best player of each team will be awarded by Raiffeisenbank International, official sponsor of the 2016 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship.
Награды лучшим игрокам вручают президент Федерации хоккея Швейцарии господин Марк Фюрер.
And the prizes will be presented by the president of Swiss Ice Hockey Federation, Mark Führer.
И член совета IIHF господин Кристер Englund.
And the International Ice Hockey Federation Council member, Krista Englund.
Лучшим игроком матча в составе сборной команды Швейцарии назван Свен Андриетта, номер 85.
The best player of Team Switzerland, number 85, Sven Andrigetto.
Лучшим игроком в составе сборной команды Швеции назван Микаэль Баклунд, номер 18.
The best player of Team Sweden, number 18, Mikael Backlund.
Внимание, дорогие друзья! В честь команды победительницы звучит государственный гимн Швеции.
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the winning team, please rise for the national anthem of Sweden.
Уважаемые зрители, мы надеемся, что сегодняшняя игра подарила вам незабываемые впечатления. Дорогие друзья, мы напоминаем вам, что в продаже еще есть билеты на некоторые матчи чемпионата мира 2016 года. Приглашаем вас на матчи чемпионата мира, а также предлагаем вам посетить официальный магазин чемпионата. Открытый площадка расположена слева от входа на арену. Проходит выступление артистов и розыгрыши призов от спонсоров чемпионата. Мы также можем посетить дом российской сборной футбол, большой магазин официальных сувениров и билетные кассы. Фан-зона начинает работать ежедневно на 2 часа до первого матча и открыта до 23 часов. Вход в фан-зону свободен.
Dear friends, I hope you enjoyed the game. I would like to remind you that there are still some tickets available for some of the games, and we invite you to the game of the World Championship. We are also very glad to invite you to visit the official fan zone on the 2016 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. On the left of the entrance to the arena in the open space, you can find on-stage performance of popular singers, different activities, and prize drawings by the sponsors. You can also visit the rest of the Russian fan house, the big football, and the official merchandising shop, and the ticket office. The fans are all opens every day, 2 hours prior to the first game, and closes at 11 p.m. You're welcome. And the entrance is free.
Дорогие друзья, мы благодарим вас за внимание и поддержку. Желаем вам всего самого-самого доброго. И напоминаем вам, что завтра первый матч игрового дня начнется в 16 часов 15 минут. Полет нашего дворца выйдут сборные команды России и Норвегии.
Dear friends, thank you very much for your attendance tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. And we just remind you that the World Championship will continue tomorrow at this arena. And the first game is at 4:15. National teams of Russia and Norway. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow.
Еще раз благодарим вас за внимание и поддержку. И до завтра.
Чем бы ни увлекались, что бы ни любили и что бы любили не очень, наступает момент, когда все уходит на второй план, и нас объединяет одно.
Это наша игра, потому что хоккей в каждом из нас. Шкода – генеральный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею.
This is the decisive second. The second one yet. The point of no return. This is where you meet yourself. This is where a new adventure begins. This is the moment. This is your time.
Тицу. Хоккей – это спорт, где все относятся к своему делу по-особенному. И болельщики, и хоккеисты. Здесь каждый старается изо всех сил и выкладывается полно. Поэтому мы поддерживаем чемпионат мира по хоккею уже много лет. И вкладываемся в тех, кто вкладывается. Райфайзенбанк. Разница в отношении.
Introducing the 2016 IIHF app. Playing statistics. Team statistics.
Don't forget overtime. The game-winning shots was a draw for all.
Ты с уверенностью встречаешь любые испытания. А как насчет твоего лица? Новый крем для лица Nivea Men создан специально для мужчин. Он эффективно увлажняет кожу и защищает ее от сухости. Новый мужской крем Nivea Men. Уверенность тебе к лицу. Поддержи свою команду с Nivea Men. Nivea Men – официальный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею.
You know me. You know the conviction and determination I need every day. The years of training, pushing myself to be the strongest, the sharpest. My dedication to the game, to my teammates who are counting on me to deliver. The nerves of steel, the preparation and ritual before the adrenaline of the match. The responsibility of being my best every time. Prepared to fight every shift on the ice. This is not just a sport. This is who I am.
Мир бизнеса постоянно меняется. Сегодня невозможно оставаться лидером рынка без постоянного развития и роста. Преодоление хаоса в делах не только закаляет характер компании, но и делает ее чемпионом. КСР – это яркий пример эволюционного бизнеса. Мы помогаем нашим клиентам совершенствоваться. С какой бы проблемой ни столкнулся ваш бизнес, у нас всегда найдется надежное решение.
Все о спорте. Здесь и сейчас. Новости, видео, интервью. Попади в точку. Чемпионат.ком. Чемпионат. Главное слово в спорте.